The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Foles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Squeeze, double. 57, Mike, 57. Oh, here we go. Oh, check it back.
Fournette running right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Foles. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taking it about the 36. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. He returns the punt 64 yards on the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Leonard Fournette. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Foles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Here's Logan Cook now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Quick the edge. Go, go. Check 52.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Let's get it.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mike, 44. Tackles.
To throw is King, operating from the gun. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, but it'll be 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now a handoff looking right. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Switch it. Come on, switch it. 49, check 49.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check safety. Based on travel.
Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Sponge. No.
On first down. Dobbins, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. King. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Now back to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, the 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Forced out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A pass there, complete to Westbrook. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Be alert, be alert. 50 seconds to mine. Hey, pick your game up.
2nd and 13. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
He'll drop to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Go, go, go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Looking to throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Down. 44 Mike. 180. 180. We're good. We're good.
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Off play action. King. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ready? Hey, come on. 44. Arvin. 44 is the mic. 44. Go. Watch twist. Shift.
King now, throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They're going to look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Check. 57. Mike, 57. To go.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Looking long for Westbrook. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Coming to you.
Here's King off the play fake. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Shit. 808. Shit. Express. Kill it. Motion me out. 44 is the mic. 44.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Let's
They run the counter. Dobbins. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
What now? 185. Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
All day, dog.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And finding the tight end Wilson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Keep playing hard.
A gain on the play. He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. They'll get 6 on the dump-off, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got the hook up to Lee. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Foles. Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now Foles. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Foles. This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Foles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be... The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now King. Off play action. Blitz coming and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches, from all the way up. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Come on, guys. We got this. Mike 58, right there.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Lawson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Flat.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. Completes it to Lee. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 5-9. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
On 2nd and goal, Foles to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And again this time to the tailback. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
All day, defense, all day. All day. Deuce.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr, he'll rifle this one deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Off the play fake. King. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Back to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep down. That's caught at the 25. It's a gain of 34. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop the throw. That is caught at the 7th. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will shave one more off this lead. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Carr going to look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Off play action. King. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
44, 44.
King throwing on 4th down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Waiting.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Rip left, rip left.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Raiders have got him. Markel Lee came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected for the 2nd week in a row?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd. Touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Here we go.
At their own 36-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Foles will look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.